planning, simply in local terms, means separating your children, the firstborn, the secondborn, the thirdborn, the fourthborn. You must separate them within 2 years or 3 years difference. So that as the firstborn grows, he or she can grow well enough to take care of the secondborn, and so that the mother and the father will also be free. That is the local meaning of family planning. But in actual fact, family planning has been controlled by contraceptives that a couple have to use. That is, if they are too fertile, that if they had a coitation or if they had a union, they can bring forth quickly. There are some of the family planning products that are in the system. We have IUD, that is intrauterine device. We have the condoms. We have the female condoms. We have the loop. And then we also have a lot of, there's another one to call, it's like a foam that the women use. And all these things are some samples of family planning products. But in actual fact, there are more of family planning products for women than men. The men has vasectomy and others. But the women, they have most of the family planning products. The importance of family planning is, one, it helps the country to be able to control the population. And secondly, too, it helps families to be able to space their children so that they don't have too much burden in caring for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 children at the same time. And thirdly, it improves knowledge. That is, the children will go to school and learn so that the schools will not be crowded like we have now. People should engage in family planning because it has its benefits. The benefit of family planning includes having enough time and money to care for your child, for the first child, and having the same time to care for the second child. And also makes the woman have a good health. If you have a lot of children within 3 or 4 years, there's a possibility of the woman failing health that can cause you a lot of anemic, leading to your early death. The effect of family planning population is when there's a country with a good population, there is higher level of amenities that are used by the community, and there is a good health, so that the government will not spend so much money on caring for sicknesses due to children who parents cannot care for because of family planning. And when children are plenty or more children in your family, there's a tendency of sending them to child labor, and there's a tendency of not sending them to school, and the tendency of giving them poor education. Education plays a lot of roles in family planning. Number one is that, first of all, the family must have the basic education why they should separate their children. And they also must know that with more children, especially in the communities, urban and rural areas, it's difficult for you to feed them. The need for people to advocate for family planning is when your country has limited resources and you don't advocate for family planning in your country. When the population becomes high, the economy is difficult to manage. We have a lot of countries like that, like Nigeria and like Kenya, and all those people where there are a lot of youth. Because if the country has a lot of youth, it means that the population will have to depend, or the government will have to depend on the youth facilities so they can also keep going, so that in the future they can take over the elderly ones. Yes, there is the need for government policy, and the policies are already there, but they are not being implemented. The politicians have distorted some of the policies. For instance, there was a policy of children, young girls, to just have children and they go to hospital, clinics, maternity, they have children. So it ended up with young children having a lot of children and babies, which has increased the youthful population in Ghana for the past 20 years. Tradition plays a role in population, but these days, because of poverty, you have to think twice before you use tradition. Because there is a saying that if women have more children, then they have more wealth. and they can, in the farming communities, if they have more children, they can use them in the farm. But these days, because of education, most of the children don't even want to farm anymore.